Can you guess what this cut is? It's my absolute favorite, probably the only good steak that comes off a forequarter, actually. We are talking, yes, indeed, the Scotch fillet or the ribeye if you're American or whatever the hell else you want to call it. So we're taking it off. We'll take it off. There's a scapula blade in here because we've gone about 5 ribs down. We'll take that out too. We'll trim up the outsides and then we'll cut some steaks. So we're going down the ribs now. Nice and easy, just pulling, pulling, pulling as we go. Most people do this the complete opposite way to what I do it. They usually stick a hook in between the ribs up the top near the brisket bone, and then they run that way. I don't know. I just don't see too much of the point. Yes, I guess you get to use gravity and all those cool things, but man, sometimes I'm lazy and I'd rather just do this than take all those extra steps. You know what I mean? So anyway, we're pulling down and we're pulling down on top of the blade and we're pulling down on top of the meat there, but we're trying to stay clear of this eye. When we get down here towards the feather bone, we don't want to pull the spinalis off the rest of that muscle. So we're just supporting it and cutting it down as we go. And that way we get it out nice and clean. It is probably way better to do it the opposite way, but I mean, I did not do that. So this was filmed a hot minute ago. We were doing a side of beef for some fella, and I don't know why I didn't post this, but I never posted it. So I figured Saturday night I'm sitting around about to take the kids to bed, so I may as well do it now. That's why we're here. So right here we have, see this bit right there? Paddy whack. Knick knack paddy whack, give a dog a bone. That's where that came from. Scotchy ribeye just rolls straight out. Look at that, nice and easy. Then you got the lip. The Americans leave the lip on mainly. Australians, we generally take the lip off. We leave it with the fat there. So bang, gone. There's your little rib cap, which you can use as a bang on little bit of fat for a roast, honestly. Like you roll something back into that, it is gorgeous. So we got that peckle, which is like just your outside of your Scotch fillet where it's been dry, sitting to, it's been on the surface, so it forms like a crust. We don't want that. No one wants to eat that. And cutting these steaks nice and thick, little grass-fed cow. I think this was for a private farmer not long ago. So I can't remember what it was. It was like Hereford Cross, blah, 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 blah. I don't bloody know. Whatever. Cut it up nice. Yeah, it wasn't like ridiculously good, but, it's good enough for what the farmers do around here, like the local dudes. It was pretty good. So there's the Scotchies off that. What do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 thick Scotch. 8 thick Scotch. Nope, 7. No, we can count that as 8. Anyway, so push that aside. I think we're going to deal with this on the video as well. Yep, which is nice and easy. I don't know if we're going to roll it. We may roll it, so I didn't actually go this far ahead. So we'll just see what the fuck happens, I suppose. Taking that bit of lip off, trimming it up nice and clean. We've got that scapular blade, which got to go over the top of it. It's pretty easy. Half of it's bone, then half of it's like, what's the word? Cartilage. So you don't want to go through the other side. So just running along the top there. Nice and easy, nice clean bone. Pull, 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 pull. There we go. Once we've got all that exposed, then we're going to go up and underneath. So a little bit further up from this part is where your oyster blade is. This is basically the arse end of your oyster blade. So that little tiny bit of triangle there would probably actually eat really good as a steak. There's your blade bone. Trim a bit of sausage off that, or mince if it's lean enough. And yeah, knock that out. Done. Right, let's see if we're going to roll it. I think we are by the look of it. Yep, we are. So we're just going to clean off all this excess. And what we're trying to do now is we're just trying to make it basically even. So one bit's, a bit high, one bit's a bit low. We don't want that. So we'll trim up all the fat. We'll even it out. See if we can just get some sort of roll on it and see how it goes. It's not going to be much of a Sunday roast sort of thing. More of just a pot roast, So roll it up. And we're like, oh yeah, this is going to work. So we'll try and cut some of that fat. Oh, we're taking that whole part off. That's smart. We're taking that off and putting it sideways, and that's making it thicker and more leaner and more even. Good thinking, Jared. Why didn't I think of that? Righto, tying it up, butcher's knot, nice and easy. You just round and round the twist. Pop, 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 and then we just lock it in on itself by going around our fingers, pretty much like a beak. So what we do is we dive around it, we go around the other string, back through the loop we made, and then we go loop onto ourselves, and that's where we're pulling here. Then we do a little beak and lock it in. I would like to speed this up because, for fuck's sake, I talk about stringing all the time and I just get bored of it. But, whatever, we're nearly done. We've got probably, one more string on the outside, so let's just wait for that. And then we'll cut in half, and you'll see this roast actually doesn't look too bad. Like, you couldn't do it as a good roast, I don't think. But as a slow cook, it'd probably go pretty hard. So, this farmer didn't want too much sausage. He wanted just as much roast as he can get with as little sausage as possible. So I'm like, all right, everything that we would throw in sausage, we sort of were rolling up as a bit of a roast. You know what I mean? Just give him something extra. So let's get a cross section on this thing, and I reckon that's the video, guys. So if you stuck around to the end, thank you, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace. Have a go. Have a go. It's not bad. See you later.